Hi everyone! Welcome back to another scrapbooking layout process video. Today I am doing a layout that's 12 by 12 with one photo, and I am using this Teresa Collins collection that I've had in my stash for quite some time that I think I got from Crafty Steels. So it came with some paper, stickers, and some die cut packs, and I think some border strips. So I'm going to be using that today. And at the very beginning of this video, I'm a little off screen, but I think I kind of correct that as the video goes along so you can see the bottom of the page. So I apologize for that. So right now I am just trimming off the bottom strip of the background page that I'm going to be using. And I like this collection because a lot of the background pages kind of decorate it for you. There's not a whole lot you need to do to add to this. So that's kind of nice because that's a good starting point if you're a little nervous or not sure what to do with your background. Using a background page that looks like this, that kind of has a collage-ish look, really kind of helps you with that. So I'm just mounting my photo on a couple different layers of cardstock to what's it called? Frame it out and just add a little border to it. And it looks like I am talking. I'm at a scrapbooking event at this particular for this particular layout, so I'm probably talking to someone, so that's why my hands are moving around. I'm going to trim that up, and then once I get that situated the way I like it, I'm going to end up putting that on the page, and it's going to go in the upper left hand kind of corner. And then I'm going to start going through all of my die cuts and my stickers and things like that to try to find out what I want to put down. This is a cut apart sheet that came in the collection, and so I'm going to cut various rectangles and squares out of this and then use those as layering elements around the photo itself, and then also in the bottom right hand cluster of the layout, kind of where that label piece is already printed or pre-printed on the paper. So I'm just going to trim this up using my Tim Holtz scissors. Nothing too exciting. So while I'm doing that and going through the die cut sheet, I just want to say thank you guys so much for joining me today. And all my new subscribers, I want to thank you guys for coming over and subscribing to my channel. If you guys have any questions ever, please leave them in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys, so I like chit-chatting with you. I also have a Facebook page, so if you guys are interested in staying up to date with me on what layouts I'm putting on YouTube, some hauls every once in a while I put up there. I'm trying not to spend any money right now. Those are all on my Facebook page, so you can definitely go over there and like that. The link is below. And then I also post on Instagram, and I don't post a ton, but I do try to post every time I have a video up or anytime anything new is happening. So if you're interested in following me on Instagram, that information and link is below as well. So back to the layout, I am just going through this cut apart sheet still, trying to figure out what I want to use, and I really like this mustache piece, and I thought I would never use that, but since this is a picture of two guys, my dad and his friend, I thought it'd be the perfect opportunity to use this little mustache motif, and I'm going to put that in the bottom. And this is a photo from my dad's Frank Sinatra party. He is a huge Frank Sinatra fan, so he put this huge party together for what would be Frank Sinatra's 100th birthday, which was December 12th of 2015. And I thought that little record player was also something that would be good because Frank Sinatra is a musician, and I thought that would tie in well with the theme. And they got all dressed up. My dad and his friend are in tuxedos, and like I said, he's really, really over the top in love with Frank Sinatra, so he went all out with this particular party. So the little banner, I believe, is a die cut from the die cut pack, and I am happy with where that photo is going, so I'm going to glue that down with my ATG gun, and then I'm going to continue pulling pieces from my kit. That Lucky is a die cut piece, and it looks like a little bingo card. I'm going to end up, yep, there we go, snipping that in half so I can use it at the top and at the bottom of the layout. And I'm just going to fuss with these layers until I get them kind of the way I want. And I wanted something so that the photo didn't look like it was floating so much. So I'm going to get a little border piece that I'm going to use as kind of a shelf for the photo and that cluster on the bottom right. So I'm just going to go through these that came in the kit, and I'm going to end up going with one that kind of has a little bit of a texture at the bottom instead of being too straight. So I'm going to go through all of these first to try to decide what I like the best. I thought I might use this one, but then I decided against it. And I believe I'm going to go with the one that has the banner on it, I think. I can't quite remember. So I'm still trying to figure this out, and I think oh, sorry, that was my phone. I'm also still talking to somebody. I'm going to use this one right here. So I'm going to trim it up a little bit. It's too long right now as it stands, so I'm going to trim that up here in just a second and use that underneath this photo. So I'm just figuring out, yep, that's the one I'm going to end up using. I think I'm going through these other ones just to make sure, because I can never settle with the first thing I look at. I'm going to look through everything and then decide, oh, yep, the first idea I had was probably the best one. So there, I trimmed it off with my scissors because, like I said, it was a little too long, and then I just put the extra piece back in my stash to use it on a different layout. So now I believe I'm pretty happy with everything. I'm going to start gluing down the different layers and such. So there, I'm gluing everything down. Again, just using my HEG gun. And I picked up the photo cluster a little bit because I wanted to get that border piece under there. I hadn't done that yet. And then next I am going to pull out some glitter tape, I believe. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that next or it'll be a little bit. Oh, I'm going to glue a couple more things down. It wasn't quite glued down. But I'm going to put some gold glitter tape in a couple different places. I like the touch of gold. So I'm going to probably do that after I do this spray. I thought I did it before. Let me see. I can't quite remember which order. Nope, I do the spray first. So this is just a Heidi Swap Color Shine in black, and it does have some shine to it. So I'm going to do some little light sprinkles, and then I'm also going to put some larger dabs. There's a lot of black in these photos, and I thought sprinkling that across the layout would actually add a little bit more to the layout. So I'm trying to get the little dabs to come out bigger, and you can see I have black all over my hand because I think the bottle was leaking. I don't know. I was having problems with my mist, but that's okay. I get messy. I'm a messy person. It's kind of like I'm a messy cook. I don't know. Are you guys messy cooks? I make a humongous mess when I cook. If I'm not making a mess, I'm not doing it right. And my mom always tells me it's like Julia Childs because apparently I watched her when I was a kid, but I haven't watched her in a while. But apparently she liked to make messes. So I like to do that too. Does anybody else like to make messes when they cook? Anyway, we're not talking about cooking, we're talking about scrapbooking. So back to the layout. Here is where I'm adding that glitter tape. I'm going to add it in the top part, and then I'm also going to add a little bit in the bottom side here just to tie in all the pieces. And I'm also going to put it in the bottom cluster too. And by the way, I did let those ink splatters dry up, and that's why I'm able to mess around with the layout and not smudge it all over the place. Here's a little tab sticker that I'm going to add to the top cluster somewhere once I find out where I like it. Going to test it in multiple spots until I'm happy. Now I'm going to put this little arrow sticker pointing to the lucky. I'm also going to sprinkle some wood veneer stars all over the layout after I do the title, and I'm just going to say Roy and Art. That's my dad's name and his friend's name. And I'm just using some stickers from my stash for this, and I'm going to futz around that a little bit until I like the placement, and it just fit really well in that label section, so that's why I decided to put it there. I'm going to add this little accent sticker up at the top to draw your eye down to the cluster a little bit more. And then I think this is where I'm going to pull out the wood veneers. Yep, so I'm going to put those star wood veneers kind of throughout the layout. And then once I get them where I want, I'm going to stick them down and just glue them with my Scotch Quick Dry adhesive. And then at the end, after everything is kind of stuck down, I'm going to end up using my Stampin' Up! Dazzle Gold marker kind of pen to color in all the stars. Again, just to bring more gold to the layout. So you're going to see me here in a second start gluing all that down. And I'm just using my tweezers and the Scotch Quick Dry fine line, or the fine line bottle that I put my Scotch Quick Dry in, and that works perfect for these little bitty pieces. And I'm just going to finish that up. And then I just make sure nothing is going to fall off, and then I'm going to move on to coloring in the stars. Someday I'm going to color in the stars. There I go. Well, I'm going to try to color in it with this pen. I didn't like what it looked like, so I think I switch it. Or no, maybe I do end up, oh no, sorry, I do end up just keeping this pen. I apologize. It's just like a jelly roll pen that I got in the Target dollar spot. It is pretty cheap, and it works okay. It ends up working for me, but it's probably not the nicest pen. I would recommend the more expensive jelly roll pens that you can get that are called GELLY, jelly roll. Those really work a little bit better. So that is pretty much it for the layout. I am going to show you some close-ups here in a minute after I stamp the date in the top right of the picture, and that's pretty much it. So I want to thank you guys so much. Please stay tuned for some of the detailed photos at the end, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.